the Lakers and the Nets played on Thursday night. The Nets beat the Lakers handily. They led almost the whole way. There was no KD for the Nets. There was no AD and no Schroder for the Lakers. But the Nets led all the way. They were hot from three. It looked like they couldn't miss from three. Joe Harris is a beast. He was hot the whole night. When Joe Harris is on, he's almost unguardable. He's literally one of the best. He's the best catch and shoot shooter in the NBA. He's our X factor. We all know about James Harden, Kyrie Irving, KD, but Joe Harris, I feel like he's gonna be key on one of these playoff games. You're gonna see Joe Harris have a shining moment in the playoffs. You can guarantee it. But the Nets definitely look like they're the favorites to come out of the East. I was still a little bit skeptical when they got KD, when they got Kyrie going. We'll see how they're gonna do. Even when they got Harden, it's a little bit like, okay, let's see how it works out. Now that the Bucks won today, but before that they've lost 5 straight. I'm jumping off the bandwagon. I'm jumping up the ship. The Bucks. I wanted to see, mostly because I really like Holiday. He looks like he's a good point, like a good person. I always liked him as a player. I like his defense. Giannis, he's been one of my favorite players since he came into the league. The development he's had has been crazy. To see him from a fringe player, developmental player, and to turn into a 2-time MVP. Like, he's one of those players that are super easy to root for. That's why I've always been a Bucks supporter. But now it's pretty evident that once the Nets get their defense together, they're just going to be too much of a force for anybody in the Eastern Conference Final to stop them. And for the Lakers, it's pretty much easy. It's the same script as last year. If either LeBron James or AD are hurt or not 100%, the Lakers are probably not going to get to the finals. They're probably not going to represent the Western Conference Final. The West is just too stacked. The roster is good, but it's based around AD and LeBron. We've been knowing this. AD, once again, is suffering with nagging injuries. He can't stay on the court. We got to watch his minutes. We got to watch him for injuries. LeBron James, of course, tops 35,000 points. Youngest player to ever do that. We know what LeBron James brings. He scored 32 points, I believe. The second leading scorer for the Lakers was Kuzma with 16. We all know what LeBron James is. He's a monster. He's always going to be there. He's always going to put up his 35, 36, 37 minutes. He's going to give you 25 points minimum. He's going to control the offense. He's going to have a good game. And then if the rest of the guys follows, if AD's healthy, if he's playing at a high level, then the Lakers are the favorites to come out of the West, the favorites to represent the West in the NBA Finals, and they're probably the favorites against any team in the NBA, even the Nets. But AD has not been able to stay healthy this season. Some players are not stepping up right now. So yeah, it looks like the Nets have the most firepower in the whole NBA. And the Lakers need to hope AD comes back and stays healthy and picks up his play. Because even when he's played this year, he has not played as good as we know that he's capable of. But if he comes back healthy, if he picks up his play, if he plays like AD, then the Lakers could go back to the NBA Finals. But this Lakers-Nets game, entertaining. Kyrie Irving took a little jab at LeBron James saying, hey, is this your best free throw shooter? No, it was a fun game. The Nets led almost the whole way. I was expecting a little more competitive game, but all in all, I don't think you could take too many takeaways from this game just because, like I said, KD wasn't playing, AD wasn't playing, Schroder wasn't playing. So you got to take everything with a grain of salt, but I do believe this is going to be the NBA Finals preview, and I'm very excited to see it. Especially if both teams come healthy, everyone is firing in all cylinders. KD versus LeBron in the finals again, that would be great. But you got to, as far as the Thursday game, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Joe Harris was just killing it from three, and Lakers didn't really show up. But we'll see. We'll see how they play. We'll see how it unfolds. I'm excited to see how it unfolds. I think the NBA community is excited to see how it unfolds. But finals preview, kind of. We'll see if we're able to see this great matchup in the NBA Finals. But now, as of now, the one takeaway I do have is that the Nets are going to represent the East, and I am hopping off the Bucks ship. It's Nets. It's Nets. The Nets are going to represent the East, and that's that.